sound check. I'm not seeing any bars at all. You can hear me? Oh, I've got bars now. I'm doing good. Just let me go into do not disturb me mode in Skype. The sound was good. Awesome. I just wasn't seeing bars. And sometimes after I do videos, you say I need to. I'm very strong. Yes. I actually am, Brian. I'm very strong. It's very magical. How's everyone doing today? I'm having a very magical day. I do love the universe. It does make magic happen. Have you noticed? How many of you are noticing magic is happening in your world? My cup is always full. Anybody watch Super Soul Sunday yesterday? Anyone? They did the last chapter in A New Earth. We may read this on the show. We'll see what you guys think. We got to get through TNT first, but we'll see what you think. We may read this on the show. It was 10 weeks. Unbelievable. I can't believe it's been 10 weeks that I've been watching Super Soul Sunday and listening to Eckhart Tolle and listening to the questions and just listening and it's understanding. And I had a big aha moment. And my big aha moment, well, yesterday was the fellow that was on in the morning. I have his name written down somewhere. And he did the cup half full, cup half empty scenario. And he said, I always have a pitcher nearby to fill the cup. My cup is always full, after all. It's got me thinking, when it looks empty, it's still full of air. Even when it's only half full, the top half is full of air. It's never really empty, is it? And we're never really alone, and nothing is ever really the way it seems, unless you want it to be. You can choose your experience to be what you want it to be, and a big aha moment for me, pretty giant actually, what I've discovered is that everything you need to know is here. And as I was saying to Tamara, that if you master what you're taught in this book alone, that's all you need to do is master this. This is the simplest message there is out there. And if you can master this message, you will have the life you want completely. Everything you have. The glass is always full, even with air. It just struck me yesterday. It did. It was like, well, it's like Dawn did a talk one day about filling a glass, and you take a glass and you put rocks in it, and is it full? And it looks full, so you add smaller rocks, and now the glass really looks full. And so then you add sand. Well, guess what? The sand goes in between the rocks, looks full, doesn't it? Well, then you add water. We were still able to add something more. But the glass was never empty in the first place. We simply are exchanging elements, and it just struck me that nothing is ever void, nothing is empty. You're never empty. We talk a lot about losses, and we've been talking about missing people, and people that were special in our lives that have transitioned, and they're on their own journey. Remember that. Whoever it is, whenever they go, whether it's a young child, and that's the hardest as a human to endure is when a child is taken away, as we see it, right? And as we study this, we know that that's not what's happening. They haven't been taken away. They're just on a different journey. That was their journey. They were here to cause an experience. And that's what we need to look at. And it's hard. No one said that was easy. We're humans. And they talked a lot about that yesterday. Eckhart, he's an amazing man. Have anybody here ever listened to him? Just curious. Anybody read this book, A New Earth? It is whatever you think it is. And he's just an amazing man. And he's, Oprah asked him, like, do you ever have a pain body? Are you, do you ever get angry? And he doesn't. He It is an amazing book. It's a lot about the ego and the pain body, and I learned a lot listening to Oprah. It helped the book make more sense because he speaks interesting. Like I said, this is it. This is the book. Okay, we've read this book twice. We will probably read it again and again and again and again. Yeah, I saw some of that. That was when I got the book the first time. That was on her show. This was on, it's on, if you guys haven't seen it, just go to oprah.com every Sunday at, I'm trying to think, it's on 9 o'clock here is when it starts here. So 11 Eastern is when it starts. She has someone on the show, and then she had Eckhart for 10 weeks. She's having someone else starting next week. There'll be someone else on her show, but I love it. So empowering. It started with Shirley MacLaine. That's how I ended up with her books, and I've been reading The Seat of the Soul. I listened to this fellow, Gary Zukav. Really enjoying this book, and I've got to get back into reading it. So many things to read. Today is Monday, and it's magical. Stop, think, and analyze yourself. Yep, she introduced it on her book club. That's right. We're on page 52 of TNT. This is one of the first books out there, other than Think and Grow Rich, which was, I believe, written in 1937. It doesn't seem to be in front of my face, my book. I'm not sure where it is. It's usually right, oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. I believe it was written in 1937. So that, and I know that when you're reading, it was in the interview with Esther and Jerry, that's what it was. And Jerry talked about, or Esther talked about when Jerry got the book the first time. I'm just looking here. There's so many dates. 1937 was the first publication of Think and Grow Rich. And the original publication that was published had information removed from it. So any reference to the universe or energy or vibrations was removed. And so the message is still there, and because we've read Ask and It Is Given, and because we get it, we see the message. Now, TNT was written in 1954, great year. Or was it 57? Pretty sure it was 54, yes. Great year, 1954, okay? Great year. Why? Oh, because because the powers that be didn't want the rest of the world to know any of that. That secret. You know, that secret that we're spreading, that we're moving out there, that you and I and everyone here is sharing on purpose. It's thanks to social media and access to information and people like Oprah Winfrey who want to learn more and want to grow more and want to be more and want to spread the word, and that's what we're doing here. And every week when I listen to the show, I'm reminded that we're doing big work here. Yeah, the secret, the first Tools to Life really got me into this type of thinking. And the first book I read was from Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. And I read it in 1996, when that's what I was doing, was healing my life. And it changed everything for me. It changed the way I was thinking. It made me, I don't know, I can't say that I understood it in any shape or form back then. And then I was introduced to Devlin Steele. And then we watched What the Bleep. And What the Bleep really, it was the first time that it was visually presented. That what you're observing is only real because you're observing it. It really made you think. It really made you think. We're on page 52 of TNT. Esther broke from the secret. She was supposed to be in the book. Actually, Esther didn't break from the secret, Thomas. They removed her from the movie. She actually addresses it. If you go on YouTube, there is a video where they address it, but they don't want to discuss it. They cut her. Yeah. Oh, poor Catherine has no sound. Yeah, you know, and we've all had experiences, and sometimes we recognize them and sometimes we don't. A man's true greatness lies in the consciousness of an honest purpose in life, founded on a just estimate of himself and everything else, on frequent self-examinations, and a steady obedience to the rule which he knows to be right, without troubling himself about what others may think or say, or whether they do or do not do that which he thinks or says and does. How's that for a quote? A man's true greatness lies in the consciousness of an honest purpose in life, founded on a just estimate of himself. You got to feel good about yourself. Be honest with yourself and everything else. Be honest. Be just. On frequent self-examinations and a steady obedience to the rule which he knows to be right, without troubling himself about what others may think or say, or whether they do or do not do that which he thinks and says or does. Do you get that? What others think is none of your business. Or if you were Gene Hudson, you'd add a little expletive in there. So we're going to read, we're on page 52. This is Stop, Think, and Analyze Yourself. We're on chapter 4 of TNT. I take it there isn't an intelligent man or woman who isn't really interested in getting ahead. But I've often wondered if there isn't a negative quality or some inertia in most of us which precludes us from getting started. I repeat an old story. And remember, this book was written in 1954, and in 1954, this was an old story, okay? So I'm reading it right out of the book. This is the funniest story ever, okay? So you guys really got to listen, because it really kind of hits home in a very simple way. Down on a levee in Mississippi, two Negroes were dozing. One of them yawned, stretched his arms, sighed. Gee, I wish I had 1,000,000 watermelons. And the other Negro asked, Rastus, if you had 1,000,000 watermelons, would you give me half of them? No, sir. Would you give me a quarter of them? No, I wouldn't give you a quarter of them. Rastus, if you had 1,000,000 watermelons, wouldn't you give me even 10 of them? No, sir. I wouldn't give you 10 of them. Well, would you give me one lousy watermelon? Say, Sam, I wouldn't give you even a bite of one if I had 1,000,000 watermelons. Why not, Rastus? Because you're too lazy to wish for yourself. Think about that. There's much to be gleaned from that story. You'll understand as I proceed. You know, yesterday, I'm just going to stop there for a minute. Yesterday on the Super Soul Call, in the first hour, again, I can't remember his name. Sorry, I should have written it down. I have lots of notes from the whole thing, too. I got pages and pages of notes talking about everything he talked about. For some reason, I didn't write down his name. 3 things you are grateful for every day. That he said, you know, he talked about nurture and nature, and you know how we can see, Steve does calls on the colors of personality, and you know, people who are inherently grumpy, they're inherently, some people are inherently, you know, fat, some people are inherently smart, some people are inherently unhappy, some people are inherently happy. It's easy for them. And what they've discovered is that it doesn't matter. Happiness is something you can choose and change. And he gave examples on what to do, and that every day write down 3 new things you were grateful for. At the end of the day, 3 new things you're grateful for. If that was all you did every day, was write down 3 things you were grateful for that day, everything would change. Gratitude changes your vibrational frequency. We all know that, right? Yes? Is anybody out there? And sit down, or here's another one, sit down and write down 1 meaningful experience, something that really meant something to you, how it affected you. Write it down, write a story about it, write as much detail about it as you can, because as you remember it, here's the funny thing. Maybe you don't realize this. When you experience something that feels good, and you share it with others, your brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between you sharing the story and you living the story. If you're telling the story with the same feelings that you lived that experience, your brain doesn't know the difference. It just experiences happy. Send a thank you. 2 or 3 sentences. Send an email to somebody and just thank them for something. Exercise for 15 minutes, fun cardio, do something fun. Just get active. And the best, and this really hit home because it really plays into what we do every day, meditation. 2 minutes focused on your breathing. What does Esther do at the end of our 15 minutes of meditation? For the last 2 to 3 minutes, she has you focus on your breathing. And there is no words, there's just the music and your breathing. And he said, if you can focus and clear your mind for just as little as 2 minutes every day, your attitude will change. Your vibration will change. And you will see the magic in everything. Okay, we're on page 53. I am fully cognizant that some will scoff. There have always been scoffers, but scoffers never succeed. They never get any place in life, but simply become envious, while the doer, or the person who is moving forward, has to jump over or go around them. They have nothing but a nuisance value in life. Some of you may dismiss all of this as you have done before, as you always will, but for those of you who are interested and still willing to learn, I promise you can learn and make progress for yourself. It's easier to go with the current than fight against it. But you must harmonize with others, with everything around you. In the words of a great philosopher, no longer let thy breathing only act in concert with the air which surrounds thee, but let thy intelligence also now be in harmony with the intelligence which embraces all things. Those are really old words, aren't they? Do you see how they mean the same thing we've been talking about? Are you guys really starting to get the message here? I'm just curious. Yes? It requires little effort to breathe, but it does require the expenditure of energy to think. It shouldn't be necessary for me to explain further that I am suggesting that you put yourself in tune with the very stream of life itself. You who understand will appreciate that nature provides ways and means for all things to grow rightly. Meditate for a moment, and you'll realize I am giving truths which may have been forgotten. There's the great fundamental law of compensation which makes all things right. There's no set rule for doing anything because some of us perform one way and some another. Just as 2 people might go across a river, one goes by one bridge and one by another, but they both ultimately get to their destination. In other words, after all is said and done, it's results that count. And if you will make up your mind to exactly what you want and follow the simple rules which are given herein, everything you are after will be yours. Do you get that, guys? After all is said and done, it's results that count. And if you will make up your mind, so yes, have you all made up your mind to exactly what you want? That's the first thing. You have to know what you want. What do you want? Has to feel good, right? You have to be in that good vibration. Yes, that's what I want. That feels good. Oh, I can picture that. And the more you picture it, the realer it gets, right? The more you picture it, the better it feels. The better it feels, the more you can picture it. The more you can picture it, you start creating a vibration that's in alignment with it. And once that vibration is in alignment with what you want, poof, follow the simple rules which are given herein, and everything you are after will be yours. The time has come for you to stop and think and analyze yourself. Just what do you believe about yourself and why? Just what do you believe about yourself and why? Do you believe you are getting out of life what you should? Do you believe you are giving to life what you should? Life, you know, is not a one-way street. It's a gift to you from God, the great creator. But from the moment you are born, you are basically on your own. You have to draw the first breath to live, and you have to keep on breathing if you wish to remain on earth. You have to take responsible care of your body, or you will suffer from some form of ill health. You have to use your head and what is inside it for something more than a hat rack. If you don't, you won't get very far with either your mind or your body. The condition you are in right now largely depends upon what you have been thinking and doing to and for yourself all your life. Nothing just happened to you by accident. You are the sum total of all the causes and effects you have set up in yourself through your mental and emotional attitudes. Their end result is the you that you are right this minute. And you are amazing, each and every one of you. Breathe that in. I am amazing. In this moment, right here, right now, breathe in that amazingness right now. Take it in. Take a look in the mirror. Study every physical movement. It tells a story. Each move you make marks your personality in outer expression. Examine the look on your face. It indicates the way you think. Your eyes, how do they appear to you? Are they clear, steady, and direct? The person you see in the mirror the person you see in the mirror is the one the other person sees. What kind of an impression do you wish to make on him or her? That's entirely up to you. I want to tell you this morning I had to be up and ready early because I have an appointment this morning to go get my hair done. Yay! And, you know, good old universe. My niece is graduating. It's her graduation ceremony today, and I'm going to that this afternoon. And I said to my brother, well, I won't be as beautiful as I usually am because I'm getting my hair done Tuesday. And it wasn't not long after that, I got a text from my hairdresser reminding me of my appointment this morning. And I thought, well, isn't that convenient? And I had already rescheduled the online coaching show, forgetting I had a hair appointment. I simply rescheduled it because we weren't ready. By the way, if you're looking for online coaching show, you guys got to stay tuned. We got some great stuff coming. But I canceled the call that we had scheduled for tomorrow. We delayed it for a week, not knowing I had a hair appointment because I wouldn't have been able to be on the call, okay? And so everything just happened magically. It's just... And I remember getting ready this morning after my shower, and I was looking in the mirror, and I was putting cream on my face, and I remember I looked at myself, and I said, God, you're beautiful. I really did. I said it out loud. I said it to myself. I looked at myself, and the woman I saw looking at me was beautiful. And I knew in that moment that I am everything I feel. Wow. Page 55 as we continue near the bottom. You know, whether or not you have personality, if it's absent or undeveloped, make up your mind to get it. You can and you will when you make up your mind and do as suggested herein. Oh no, I do need the hair appointment. I'm going for the hair appointment. That's the whole point, Tamara. Oh, because I'm beautiful? Well, I'll be even more beautiful. The whole point is the hair, it doesn't make me beautiful, right? I didn't have makeup on. My hair wasn't, no, my hair was done. I had dried my hair, but I had no makeup on. I was just putting the cream on my face. But you're right. What is personality? What is it when you get in the presence of another person who has personality that grips you? What is it that causes you to feel his very presence that overshadows you? It's nothing more than a dynamic force coupled with willpower, which he is drawing from that huge reservoir of the subconscious. There are millions of people who have this personality. Some say it's natural with them, and perhaps it is, but they are unconsciously using this power. It has been thrust upon them, or they have developed it without realizing it early in life. And when that thing called personality is backed up with willpower, things move. The appealing personality belongs to that man or woman who possesses self-confidence, self-assurance. These are people with a purpose. They know where they are going and how to get there. And this intensity of purpose shows in their faces. They have poise. They attract others to them as a magnet attracts iron fillings. Everyone just groups around a radiant personality. When you get to know yourself, you can develop this same intensity of purpose, this determination to get ahead. And shortly, this determination will show in your eyes, your speech, your actions. I'm going to leave it there for today. I wonder if I have time to read to this last bit. Nope. I'm feeling compelled to leave it right there. And that's where we'll leave it. When you get to know yourself. I like to think I know myself, and yet I know that every day I'm growing, and every day things change. Now, I love change. Some people don't love change. I love change. In fact, I get bored if things are the same for too long. So I love change. It's one reason I love working on the internet, because it's not stagnant. It's changing all the time. What I do stays the same. All right, my focus is building my list, connecting with people, bringing them through the system. But the system, some of those things may change because things change. And I love it. I love teaching people what I'm learning. I love more than anything turning you guys on to all of this, turning you guys on to the magic. And I really want to know if you are starting to feel the magic. I made magic happen on the weekend. I wasn't sure how everything would work out Monday for going to the grad and my hair, and I didn't even think about it. I just put it out to the universe to make it right. I didn't know what I was going to wear, and everything just came to me at all. I let it go, and as you let it go, everything comes to you of what you should do. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that the more you let go of your preconceived thinking, the more you let go of negative thinking and embrace the joy, the little things, that it grows? So I'm going to challenge you today to write down one meaningful experience that you've had this week. And I want you to really reflect on every detail you can of that experience. Share it with someone if you can. Share it with someone if you can. Today we're going to do our 15 minutes of meditation, and really one of the most important parts of the meditations is the last 2 or 3 minutes when you're focused only on your breathing. And so the first 12 or 13 minutes really just gets you, there it is, really just gets you into the rhythm of breathing. And then at the end, you're kind of on your own doing the breathing in to 3 beats, breathing out to 5 beats, and just focus on that breathing, just your breath, for those 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the recording. And we'll see you back here in 15 minutes.
Welcome to the doorway of your vortex. We are extremely pleased that you've made the decision to be here. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creation and for the purpose of aligning with who you really are. Breathe in. Breathe out. We want you to know that as you relax and breathe and focus softly upon the words that we are offering to you here, you are allowing the gentle tuning of your vibration to the frequency of your source, who is inside the vortex. Breathe in. Breathe out. Be easy as you find the rhythm of your body, and enjoy long, slow breaths in and out as you hear our words. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is not necessary that you concentrate, and there is nothing that you need remember. Just relax and breathe and enjoy. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are an extension of non-physical source energy, and you have come here with great eagerness and purpose. You intended to explore Earth's perfect balance of contrast for the purpose of moving life beyond what it has been before. Breathe in. Breathe out. In this moment in time and space, you are precisely where you have intended to be, and the source within you is pleased. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life continually calls more expansion through you, and all that is benefits from the important part that you play. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you relax and breathe deeply, you can feel the appreciation that Source feels for you in this moment in time. Appreciation for your physical world, for its diversity, and for the stream of never-ending desires that flow forth from you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Before your birth into this physical body, you understood the importance of the contrasting diversity on planet Earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. You jumped in eagerly to explore the variety and to enjoy the expansion that you knew would be called through you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good to you, for you have deliberately chosen it as the platform from which more will flow. The appreciation that Source feels for you never-endingly will wrap you in a warm blanket of worthiness if you will allow it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is serving you well and is providing the basis of expansion exactly as you knew it would when you decided to come. Breathe in. Breathe out. You have launched countless rockets of desires into your vortex of creation, and your frequent entry there will always feel good. Breathe in. Breathe out. From inside your vortex, things satisfy and delight you. You feel expansive and frisky, and you are eager for more. With every new discovery and each new place you stand, the expansive feeling of more continues to call you and refresh you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your world is gradually expanding, steadily growing and refreshing, while finding balance every step along the way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Well-being is the dominant basis of all that is, of the universe and of the physical planet upon which you now stand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your magnificent world is eternally tied to the steady rhythm of well-being at its core, and the same is true of you. As you relax and refresh, releasing resistance as you breathe, you will discover the balancing rhythm of your source. Breathe in. Breathe out. Be easy about your life and feel our appreciation for who you are as you allow wonderful things to flow naturally to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you relax into the law-based premise of our words, any resistance you have found along your physical path will be released. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you listen to our words and remember who you are, you will rediscover your natural vibrational patterns of well-being. Each day you will find more clarity, more stamina, more eagerness. Each day you will remember who you are and why you have come. Breathe in. Breathe out. That which is your source is fully aware of you right now and feels unspeakable appreciation for who you are. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good to you, and you are meant to feel happiness in your life, and you are meant to satisfy your dreams. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. The well-being that you seek is flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Feel appreciation for what is, and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is great love here for you.
Goosebumps feel good, don't they, Eileen? That's what it's all about. It's that last few minutes that just does it all. You guys are amazing. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another edition of Morning Motivator. Have yourselves an absolutely brilliant day. Remember to make today the best day ever. Here's a little bit of Jan Arden. She's one of my favorite artists. Good Calgary girl, good Alberta girl, and she's got an amazing voice. So enjoy this little video. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. tomorrow morning. Have a great day. And by the way, I'm out most of the day, but there's always people around in the group if you need help. So grab that if you need it. Stay happy. Be happy. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.